folks up there still remember fondly. We remember them here tonight. Fourth quarter begins. Stick fires. It's caught by Jalen Guyton right around midfield. And Easton Stick has picked up another first down.
Here's why you have Latavius Murray in the backfield, or Isaiah Spiller, I'm sorry, right there coming across there to pick up that block. Too many 28s in this game for me. But that was terrific. And anytime you have somebody that can have that capability to protect a young quarterback, that really helps the cause.
Stick taking care at the line. 17 of 23 tonight. Inside in traffic, Taron Johnson breaks up the pass intended for Joshua Palmer. Coming off a great week last week, Johnson against Dallas.
He really did. I thought Taron Johnson did about as good a job on CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys as anybody I've seen this season. And he has really become a bit of the heart and soul of that team, and they're third on the team in tackles. But he has to play so many of those great slot receivers around the league in those key moments, and you saw it right there.
Buffalo leading by 8 with Cincinnati's loss earlier today. The Bills control their path to get to the playoffs. Win out, they're in. Stick, throwing. One hand and caught in the traffic by Palmer was Rapp, who was there. Taylor Rapp almost got a deflection. Instead, it's a reception for Joshua Palmer.
They are coming after Easton Stick, but that was a beautiful throw and catch.
32 play action. Stick with space taken off. Easton Stick just throttle it down after a gain of only 2 yards. He can play, Chris.
No, he can play and he can throw it, and I thought he was going to cut that one up.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
It's not like he's going to get a million chances with Justin Herbert sitting over there on the sideline. I thought he was going to go all in on that one.
Second start, first with a full week of prep. Remember last week, the blowout to the Raiders was a short week. Eckler for a yard there. They really only did walkthroughs and that kind of stuff on that short week. So Stick a chance to get going. He's been around Kellen Moore a little bit. Kellen Moore knows what Easton Stick is going through too, because he sat and waited and then got his opportunity because of an injury.
But I like what Kellen Moore did there is when they started bringing all the pressure and they were attacking early in that drive, that's when he got him out on the bootleg, got him moving a little bit, try and slow down Sean McDermott and what he's thinking on the defensive side.
But now it's 3rd and 7. And how many in white are coming? What a blitz pickup. Stick's throw is incomplete. Taron Johnson in coverage once again. Stick got the block he needed to get a chance, but they could not convert. And it's 4th down, a field goal attempt coming.
First of all, Eckler is going to make a great block to give this an opportunity on the outside, and then they just can't hang on to it. It's one of the issues. Everybody wants to catch the ball with their hands, and I agree with that 900% of the time. But there are times if you can wrap your body around one and you know it's a first down, if you just catch it, you have a little better chance of hanging on.
Interesting. 47-yard field goal for Dicker. The game on New Year's Day. A lot of good games coming up. We look forward to watching all the action. Of course, the full slate tomorrow. A lot of teams with playoff implications are at their hotels watching this one tonight. Bills will take over the 25. Melissa, what's cooking on that Buffalo sideline?
Yeah, watching the Bills sideline after Josh Allen threw that interception in the 3rd quarter. He was quietly frustrated, blamed himself, patted his chest. Well, after that last touchdown, he was fired up. He low-fived Gabe Davis on the bench, said, good stuff. And he yelled to Khalil Shakir, heck of a catch. And then he shook Stephon Diggs' hand. Very individual recognition for each of them.
It's part of that leadership that Josh Allen has continued to show. Year 6 in the league, 7th overall pick. Trying to take the Bills back to the playoffs again. Cook with the carry here. It's a gain of 4. And while we have a second, Melissa gave us that report. Let's congratulate Melissa. It is her 100th game as a sideline reporter on national TV here. So we celebrate that milestone with you, Melissa. Congratulations. And look at this photo. in our meeting room. Your husband sent the balloons, and we got the celebration, right?
Yeah, look at Drew there, our Hall of Fame director, peeking through the S. I'm glad you guys got in that photo with me.
I'm glad I came back from the gym. I would have worn pants if I knew the balloons in the picture were going to be on Peacock here. So
I'm glad you were in the gym, Mike.
Thanks. Yeah.
I thought it was a pool party.
Here's Cook on the edge, getting a block to get the first down. It's stuff you don't see. There's a flag down. It's back by the line of scrimmage. The stuff you don't see in the stats. Dawson Knox held that block to get Cook what would have been a first down, unless
personal foul, tripping, offense, number 79. 10-yard penalty, correction, 15-yard penalty, replay, second down.
So they've been watching a little bit more this year. Spencer Brown guilty.
Yeah, they sure have been, because sometimes when guys miss and you get that little leg whip, we've seen some real injuries come out of plays just like that. That was well officiated on that one.
Got his leg on Tui Pelotu. So it's going to back the Bills up to second down and 20 now. Late rotations there in the secondary. Allen escaping and throws on the run. It's caught by Davis. Big game Gabe doing it again. To the 43. There is another flag down. Back where Allen was escaping. And the Bills' offensive line is walking back again.
Holding, offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
One of the good centers, Mitch Morse here. We'll keep an eye on him. Once again, it happens a lot. As soon as the scramble starts, you saw the little tug on the right shoulder there by Morse. And Mike, it's one of the things that happens. You have a slow start to the game, and all of a sudden the underdog is hanging around here. And this is a big couple of downs right now for the Chargers.
Negated a 28-yard gain. Allen escaping, brought down awkwardly at the 13-yard line. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, inside with the tackle. Third and long coming up.
And this is typically when great quarterbacks, we saw Lamar Jackson do it a week ago, they can scramble around and buy time and let these receivers work down the field against zone defenses. It's almost like a Hail Mary. You have to buy a little time to let those receivers get well down the field, but don't discount Josh Allen's ability to make a play here.
Late on the play clock. Off in time. Got to get to the 35. Allen, can he get away? Of course he can. Now what? Now they all got him. Tui Pelotu and Khalil Mack and Eric Kendricks. Team sacked for the Bills. For the Chargers, the Bills will punt.
He was trying to weave, he was trying to buy a little time. They almost had a double spy on him that time. I think both inside linebackers were basically there to just spy, and as he took off, you could see number 6 Eric Kendricks and number 9 Kenneth Murray. They were both sitting there waiting for him.
Chargers have brought in both guys from the edge against the Gunners. Damar Hamlin is the personal protector, and he just called timeout.
Mike, remember the Bills struggled last week with a couple of protections on their punt team, and I guarantee you the Chargers have been saving something for a key moment, and we're looking at it right here.
And there is Damar Hamlin. We all know the story of what happened last year with Damar Hamlin. You talk about just miracles and people who will appreciate and enjoy Christmas. But Damar Hamlin's been inactive on this roster most of the year. The injury to Micah Hyde means Taylor Rapp is the starting safety. Taylor Rapp was the personal protector. So Hamlin has been in the backup role for that all year, and now he's elevated to that role, such a key role. And Chris talked about the close calls against Dallas last week. Hamlin took control there as the edges came in. You see him directing traffic now.
right up the middle is where Dallas was able to get some pressure.
And a flag.
False start, offense, number 33. Active distance to the goal, still 4th down.
So Saran Neal only backs it up a yard.
Yeah, but every yard here is big, right? Now you rush up the middle, and there's nowhere for that punter to step, and you're holding up the gunners.
Sam Martin awaits again at the end line. Quick getaway. And a fabulous kick. 58 yards, but there's room to run for Darius Davis. And he's brought down in Bills territory at the 49-yard line. Long snapper Reed Ferguson among those down there for the stop. A lot at stake here for Buffalo. This look at the AFC playoff picture brought to you by Walmart. So the Cincinnati loss to Pittsburgh today sets this up. You know the division stuff on the left, okay? Let me just take you to the wild card right now. Cleveland, Indianapolis, Houston, Buffalo. All control their path. Win out, and they're in the playoffs. How can 4 teams, you could say that for 3 spots? Because Indianapolis and Houston play against each other. The percentages drop to 15% below for Pittsburgh and Cincinnati heading to their final pair of games of the year. But Buffalo's trying to win here. Easton stick, incomplete, out of the hands of Jalen Guyton, and a couple of drops by the Chargers receivers here in this 4th quarter.
You know, we talk about it when you have a great one like Keenan Allen, and these are the moments that you see him making plays. Keenan Allen already has 108 catches, and he's missed the last 2 games. 1,200 yards plus out there. He's got 68 more catches than any other receiver on this team. That's where they would love to be going with the football right now.
Crazy numbers in the difference from number 1 and number 2. The Chargers number 2 stick to Erickson, hangs on at the 25-yard line. A gain of 23. And the Bills defensive back is shaken up. I believe it's Christian Benford. It is.
Mike, 2 of the biggest throws in this game by Easton Stick were on that little seam route throw right down the middle, and it takes some arm strength to get that thing in there. But I give a little tip of the cap to Alex Erickson as well. He has made some big plays in this one, and you can tell Benford a little shaken. Boy, what a year he's had, though.
Benford emerging in that starting row. Kaiir Elam, who was the 1st-round pick last year, has been out with an ankle injury on injured reserve and is now starting to work his way back in practice. Benford, though, has really won the job last year and this year and been that starting corner for Sean McDermott, who's now going to have to bring in Dane Jackson on the other side of Rasul Douglas, at least for this play.
Yeah, and just so you know what Sean McDermott is thinking here, remember, they went out, they had Benford, and they made the trade for Rasul Douglas. So he wasn't happy with the corner situation that he had. Douglas has been playing really well, but now they're back to some of the guys that they had on the field before they made the deal for Douglas. He has been sensational. Benford really has. He had a big night against the Dallas Cowboys as well.
6th-round pick out of Villanova. Just from the day he showed up at training camp, a toughness that caught Sean McDermott's eye, and he's just kept playing and playing. Chargers at the 25. Touchdown to take the lead. Easton Stick going forward here for Palmer. Dane Jackson just came in the game, was there in coverage. There's a flag on the sideline. And it's illegal motion on the Chargers.
You want to take it back? Whoops. Illegal shift, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
See, these two guys, everybody was moving up here when this motion started, so the foul is correct. And down the field, they went right after Jackson. First play, and a little confusion there. They just didn't know whether Palmer was going to go inside or outside, and miscommunication on that.
Flag makes it 1st and 15. Chargers doing a lot of throw here. Stick in trouble. Got away from one man. Circles away. He's going to take a big hit. Hangs on to the ball as he took a shot at the 37-yard line. Ed Oliver bringing the pressure and comes up with a big sack.
Huge sack, because now they're going backwards on this drive after that huge play. And Ed Oliver is just so quick twitching. I know that's like a football cliche, but he is.
No huddle, 2nd and 22. Stick back to the air underneath Edford. He gets submarined. Hangs on to the ball at the 33-yard line. It's Taron Johnson again, along with Dodson in the middle of it.
But it does put them right back in field goal range.
Conversation over here.
Sideline warning against the Buffalo bench. There's no yardage penalty for this warning.
Bills are getting all fired up. They're out there on the white. If they get in the way of the officials, you get a warning, then you get a flag. So they've been warned. 8 minutes to go, 3rd and 18. Stick underneath. Darius Davis hangs on to the ball at the 27. Field goal attempt to be 45 to try to make it a 2-point game.
You get the penalty, you get the scramble, you get the sack by Ed Oliver, and that is a
second half of the season.
Problem right now for whoever has to play them.
Touchback here. Chargers can take over, Bills rather, at 25.
Yeah, the Chargers defense tonight really came in with a good game plan. They were going to have at least one spy and often two spies on Josh Allen. They wanted him to throw the football. They do not want to lose to Josh Allen stepping up and through and making plays down the field. He had one long play on a scramble out to the right, and since then they just made up their mind he was not going to beat him with another play like that.
Look at the numbers for this Chargers defense in the air. Much, much better than the Bills can do on the ground. Cook lost the football underneath. It's free. The Chargers have it. The Chargers have it at the bottom of the pile if it doesn't change, and they signal Los Angeles football. So Cook, who fumbled here the first game he played, Melissa told you that story earlier, fumbles again, and the celebration for the Chargers defense on turnover number 3 of the night.
Ball definitely out, and the clear recovery was pretty clear.
Yep, right there. When Nick Williams falls on it, Loie Gilman, who had the interception earlier, was the one pulling at that ball. So credit him with a cause takeaway and a takeaway on the evening as Cook loses it, and the Chargers, a field goal would give them the lead. Benford's back in for Buffalo at corner. Eckler runs for nothing as we get to 7 minutes left in regulation. 21-19 Buffalo.
But they are already in field goal range here, and they're going to go with the hurry up to try and at least keep the pressure on this Bills defense.
Hey, Cabo, Bill. Hey, Bill.
31. Pressure picked up underneath. Everett gets away from one tackle. Leaps forward. Let's check that mark. They're going to mark them with the first down at the 21-yard line.
That was a big missed tackle right there. I think it was Shaq Lawson.
Determined that the runner was short of the line of the game.
Yeah, they were able to help them with the spot on that. I think this is the right correction. Now, he certainly didn't get to the 21. Let's see where he got. Leap forward and down there. Get a good sense. It's not the 21, but it's darn close to the 22.
He didn't make it quite to the number, because they can use all those numbers, right?
To help out. Elbow down with the ball at the 22-yard line, so it's 3rd and inches.
Boy, if they don't make this be a huge decision.
Oh, and a flag is down for a false start. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
It was several players.
Offense, number 64. The center moved the ball forward before the snap.
Oh,
5-yard
boy.
penalty, still third down.
Same thing we saw with Jason Kelce
It's
Monday night in
exactly
Seattle.
what it was, but there were a lot of people moving. You had Gerald Everett moving, you had Austin Eckler in the backfield moving, and you see centers, but I think it was probably when he put his hand on the ball, extended it out. You know, centers do that all the time, but when you're in those short yardage situations, basically you're moving it pre-snap for a first down, and they got it.
Instead of 30 inches, it's third and a full 5. Stick in trouble. You can't take a sack there. And he does with the pressure from Bernard. The penalty, the sack, and now a big decision. The mark is going to come at the 35, so a field goal here is going to be a beefy 53, and they're going to try it with Dicker.
That's a brilliant defensive call there. You got the cross blitz on the inside, and it's going to free up Bernard to come around the edge for this sack. But for Stick, there is no way you take that sack. And boy, they have really put some pressure now on Dicker.
53 yards, the distance of his only miss this year, week 3 against the Vikings. Cameron Dicker for the lead. Got it. The Chargers take the lead. Josh Harris snap. J.K. Scott the placement. Cameron Dicker for the 5th time tonight.
I can't take my eyes off of Gift Smith, though.
He's
out here. He's in Disney World right now. He is just enjoying the heck out of all of this. And Stick knows he got away with one, and the Giffer is rolling, baby. There we go. Now his defense just has to make another stop.
Kicker's been rolling all year. He's only missed 1 kick. He's made every extra point, and he's only missed 2 field goals as he's gone through the first 2 years of his career. Remember how it started for him with the opportunity to win a game with a different team, and now comes here and continues to roll on with his success.
96% of field goals. There are guys in this league don't have that for extra points.
The opportunity because of injuries and won the job this offseason. They're trying to get him to the Pro Bowl out here in LA, and here's their campaign.
50, 40, 30, doesn't matter. I'll make it. Bang! 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 Rain, sleet, or snow, this leg is ready to go. Don't believe me? Ask him.
Cameron Dicker is a really good kicker. He's outstanding, and I love him.
And I did not edit that. So don't be a and let me kick for you at the Pro Bowl.
Trying to get him to the Pro Bowl. He's got him to the lead right now, and now Buffalo's got to respond. Josh Allen, Dawson Knox, 43-yard line. First down for the Bills right away.
Oh, what a clever play that was. Going to fake the pitch and then hit your tight end going right down the middle of the field. Get all the linebackers to move that direction and work completely opposite of that to Dawson Knox.
Missed 5 games with the right wrist injuries. 3rd game back. Again, only 17 attempts for Allen. Had 15 last week against Dallas. The ground game was churning. Cook secures it here. Gain of 2 or 3 yards. Remember, Buffalo used a timeout when they were backed up to punt. So the Bills have 2. So too do the Chargers.
There was some doubt in my mind whether Sean McDermott was going to put Cook back in the game or not. Showing a lot of confidence in him. There have been a couple of them on the ground tonight.
The Chargers, the big edge in time of possession. It's been a Bills' own stat the last 4. Allen out. Diggs going. First down. Shuts it down in Chargers territory. Just shy of the 47-yard line.
And it really gets tough now because right now you understand if you're the Buffalo Bills, you have 2 jobs. You've got to go down and put yourself in position for at least the game-winning field goal, but you want the clock to be at 0 when you kick it. So this is like a mathematical equation here, and the Bills know how to do this well.
Extra lineman in. Derwin James off the field for the Chargers. And Tuli Tuipulotu makes the tackle on Cook. Gain of 2. 3.5 to go. Bills kicker's got plenty of leg. Tyler Bass is long this year, 48, career long 58. Watched him bang a few from 60 plus on the field in warmups.
But if the Chargers can hold here, puts real pressure back on the Buffalo Bills to make a decision about a long field goal.
3 minutes to go. James back out there for LA. They took away that first look. Allen's going down the field, incomplete for Diggs. Derwin James all over that play, and Diggs covered on the back end. 3rd down coming up.
Great play by Derwin James right here. He understood he's trying to get a wide receiver screen. He blocks that and then pursues against Josh Allen. Watch him take away the quick pass to the outside, force him to throw it somewhere he didn't want to throw, and apply pressure.
Need to get to the 37-yard line. Allen's got 5 to choose from. Chooses Diggs, who's got it for the first down. Inside the 35 at the 34. The money combo cashes there.
It hasn't been pretty all night between these two, but when it really matters, Mike, there was about a 2-yard window in there at that catch point, and that ball was just perfectly thrown. Maybe a 2-inch window in there. That was so close to a defensive play. Brilliant throw and catch.
James took the back. 2:51 to go. Clock stopped as Diggs went out of bounds. Cook blocking on the edge from Shakir, but he couldn't secure that block. But Cook still stays alive as he gets a couple out of bounds. And marked him at the 30. Gain of 4.
But if you're the Buffalo Bills, you don't want the out of bounds, right? You'd much rather have, now you're fighting for yards, and I'm not arguing that, but you really would like to have that clock running in this situation. You're trying to get rid of this clock.
Extra lineman again, David Edwards, as has been the case of late. Former Ram started the Super Bowl for the Rams in this stadium. 76, extra beef. Trying to help Cook. Brought down, gain of 2. Brought down hard by Eric Kendricks. 2:34 to go.
They've really bottled up James Cook for the most part tonight.
They have. The Chargers are going to stop here, Chris.
I don't blame them, because if you make a stop here, you have to assume the Bills kick the field goal, and you're trying to preserve time on the other side, which is why it was so big when Cook went out of bounds. It basically kept the Chargers from having to take one there.
We talk about Giff Smith being a head coach for the first time in his career, but the way the NFL is set up right now, there are so many staff members working on analytics, time management, that you have a lot of assistants. You've got to make that ultimate choice, but there's a lot of folks who are watching this stuff, giving you the options, not just in real time, but almost ahead of real time.
You have to. But I tell you, this guy doesn't look like he's melting under any pressure.
Not at all.
Does he? He looks completely under control, just like he did when he was playing back in the day. Huge down here. The Bills would have to kick the field goal if they were to throw incomplete.
Third and 4, the Chargers bring the heat. Allen puts it up for grabs. Shakir's open. He's got it at the 13. Gets back up down the sideline. And for the moment, ruled a touchdown on the
40
clock.
seconds.
So it'll come to the point of the stoppage there.
I think the Buffalo Bills are probably okay with that.
I think he might be taking a timeout here. Giff Smith just walked out to the official and asked about a timeout.
I think he was saying, we want a timeout after this play.
First down? Yeah, let's see.
Because now you're down.
Timeout, Los Angeles. This will be their third and final.
Why don't you take a timeout here because the clock restarts, and then you've got the 2-minute warning. So you get first down, then the 2-minute warning, then they'll have the couple after that, which will keep them alive.
So the clock would have been
restarted
moving,
because it was a tackle in the field of play. There you see, right there, there's the look. As that knee was coming, that's about as close as you can get, right? Man. Whew.
I was going to say, the other thing that we know from television is that frames, there's time in between frames too. You're not seeing one fluid, you're seeing snapshot, and
the frames.
It was close.
Very close. The frames, the terms for the replays, you go next.
Right.
Each one a frame along the way. You put them all together, and there's your movie. This has been a heck of a movie.
Been a heck of a movie.
All right, so the Chargers are out of timeouts. Leonard Fournette is in there. 2:29 left. You get the stoppage at the 2-minute warning. Bill's got a whole bunch of big guys in there. Extra offensive lineman one more time. Leonard Fournette, first game he's playing this year. The veteran brings it around the 10-yard line, and that'll get us to the 2-minute warning. Bills hopes trying to keep their control to get in the playoffs.
Well, if the Chargers can stop them, they will have an opportunity. You hope you hold them to a field goal. There will be some time left on the clock with no timeouts at that point to go try and win the football game. You wonder now, if you go down and break a run, you know, now you have all those things. Are the Chargers going to let them score? Right. If the Buffalo Bills break a run, they're probably going to tell them, pick up the first down. Still can, right? And then take a knee. Because you want to burn the rest of this clock, and so far the Bills have been masterful on this drive.
Well, we said at the beginning the Chargers made the changes, GM and head coach, after the blowout, 63-21. But this team has been so close so often. Within 3 points, 0-5 this year, approaching the 1994 Houston Oilers for the record. And it's been the story of the last couple of years. The Chargers have been in so many close games. They figured law of averages was going to balance, and it just never has. And here they are again.
So significant that they make a stop here. I mean, they just have to just do everything in their power here to sell out and make this stop. Another first down, you almost can't win.
Cook, they are trying to tackle him. Not letting him score. No thoughts of that. Austin Johnson the stop. Clock will run. Next snap should come at 1:15. The problem of not letting them score here is unless you force a fumble or they miss a relatively short field goal, you're only going to have 25 seconds or so.
And you almost have to run the ball or a screen or some secure play, because this clock has to keep running if you're the Buffalo Bills and you don't pick this up.
Running a play, the average time's about 5 seconds, so it adds 5 to a 40-second play clock. And that secures Josh Allen just plowing forward to the 11, stopped at 1:11. Clock will come down to 31 seconds. McDermott will likely take a timeout, and the field goal attempt will come.
Well, this has been some Peacock special here. This is good, fun. I'm telling you. You and I talked about it all week. I mean, this was the classic trap game for the Buffalo Bills. We knew it was, and we also knew from being in the facility of the Chargers, they were fired up and they were ready for this one. They came out here ready to play ball tonight, and they've given the Bills everything they can handle.
Sean McDermott asks for the timeout with 1 on the play clock. He gets it at 31. So the field goal attempt will come, and then if it's good, the Chargers will be down 2. Probably about 25 seconds left to try to make a miracle happen.
Yeah, but all you have to do is get it in field goal range, and you got the hottest kicker in the world down there going for it, right?
Well, Tyler Bass, you saw his mark in those money kicks. He has missed 5 field goals this year. They kick in Buffalo. You're always going to get some weather. It's a little bit tougher. It's not the best place to have a great kicking percentage. And as I said earlier, he likes to kick off the left hash because his ball naturally goes left to right. This kick comes off the right hash mark. He's made tons of kicks from there, but of note, that's the natural fight. It's like if you hit a golf ball, it certainly goes one way most of the time. That's him.
And Allen could have gone to the other hash had he wanted to.
From 29, Tyler Bass for the lead. Nailed it. And the Buffalo Bills lead with 28 seconds left. But wait a minute, there's a flag down. It's on the Chargers. Looks like they were offside.
Yeah, that's not going to change anything.
The one thing is he's Sean McDermott just sorting here with that. Going to get the 5 on the kickoff. And being told, good thought, but no.
Offside defense, number 26, lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. The field goal is good.
And the Bills lead with 28 to go.
Yep, you can see the alignment, all sides, no question about that, as they tried to get an edge. Really had nothing to lose and probably were thinking, you know, why not? But this is the Buffalo Bills. And 28 seconds for the Buffalo Bills fans, given some of their history, is a lifetime. So you have to give credit to Gift Smith. His guys have played their guts out all night long against a hot, good football team that has been playing really well, and they're going to get one more shot.
And the Buffalo Bills have seen the craziest set of games this year. The overtime loss to the Jets, stopping the Giants at the 1, 12 men on the field. How will this one end? It's a bouncer taken by Kelly. Joshua brings it to the 30-yard line. They're going to need about 35 yards with no timeouts and 23 seconds left. And when we're done, it's the Chevrolet post game. Melissa will interview the stars of the game. And Chris and I will look ahead to next Sunday night on NBC and Peacock. The Packers and the Vikings, the last game of the calendar year 2023.
That was a really good play by Joshua Kelly. Fielding that ball there probably saved 5 to 7 seconds.
And you know the Bills have thought about how they want to kick that off after the playoff game in Kansas City a few years ago. Easton Stick, what do you have for us? From the 30, in trouble, and brought down by Ed Oliver. Without timeouts, Charger receivers running back 30 yards to get in place. Can they get something done here? Can they kill the clock? No, they're going to run a play. Might be the last one. Stick with a shot for Johnston. Contact, incomplete. 1 second left on the game clock. Wow.
Ed Oliver's been the man here. He set up one sack. He got that one. Ed Oliver has just taken over the game when it mattered most. Here he comes. Everybody knows who's the main threat. They just single block him. Don't slide the line that way, and it cost him.
1 second left. Buffalo takes timeout. So they have a plan as the Chargers will certainly be throwing it backwards and trying to advance as far as possible. And Sean McDermott wants everybody. He's like, no, I don't need a signal call. I want everyone over here. I want you to hear from me what we're doing.
And what he's going to say is the only way we lose this game is with a foul. You simply cannot give up a pass interference. If they catch the ball, that's fine. We just have to be around and make the tackle. So now offensively, if you're Easton Stick, you need some kind of a tip play. You need something else to give you a chance once it's caught.
Chris, they're putting, I think, every defensive back they have dressed on the field. They're rushing with Von Miller and Greg Rousseau. Everybody else is a DB because those are the best guys to chase it around when you're throwing it backwards, which Stick will probably start here. First throw is caught, Going backwards to Eckler. A lot of Bills on that side. Eckler tosses it back to Stick, who throws it all the way across the field to Alex Erickson. Erickson coming down the sideline, back into traffic at the 20. Erickson gains some space, flips it forward there to Guyton. It's an illegal forward pass. It's game over. It's a Buffalo Bills win by 2. The Buffalo Bills.
Illegal forward pass during the return. The game is over.
You can tell they were working on that. They had a plan for it. It was a good one. And Sean McDermott goes to say to Giff Smith. Really first class. Just a respect there for the effort that the Chargers gave tonight, and a lot of it has to do with the guy who was leading that group.
2 lifers in the world of coaching, right? Meeting at midfield. Sean McDermott understood the opportunity Giff Smith got out there, but I'll go back to it one more time. Alex Erickson, they had a play set up. They get it to Eckler, who gets it over on the other side of the field. So watch after the catch. Now we're going to throw it back to Eckler, who's going to throw it back. Watch all the offensive linemen. They are all coming all the way across. Look at the number of blockers over here, and only 2 defenders within that circle. That is one that Alex Erickson should have kept on that side of the field. If he splits those 2 defenders right there, they have a chance.
That's a punt returner. He's a punt returner. Do your thing, right?
Oh,
man.
The wall. They set up the wall. They had it.
I also love the fact that Buffalo brought 9 DBs out there, right?
Smart coaching all the way around.
And that's Sean McDermott leading this defense. That was fun. I need a commercial break to catch our breath. Thanks again to Capital One, Walmart, and Hyundai for a commercial-free